Panthers. Now I'm making wild speculation. If it goes okay for Talbot tonight, we'll see him again Friday, unless of course Gibson's ready.
Yeah, I think everybody's hoping that Gibson will be back on Friday for that game against the Florida Panthers. But let's get to tonight's keys to the game. What do the Red Wings have to do to come away with the 2 points against the Vegas Golden Knights?
Well, a couple of items. I think the number one is lots of puck at the Golden Knights net. This is a team, Vegas, that do not give up many shots. You seem to have to earn them. So the thing is, work hard, forecheck, get the puck at the net. And goaltending for Vegas has been actually quite poor this season. It hasn't held up to the level of play. So you get shots, you're going to get goals. And I'd say also, don't let the centermen of Vegas Golden Knights control the game. Their 1-2-3 punch of Eichel, Marner, and Hurdle are as good as any three. And their offense all drives for that, especially with Mark Stone out of the lineup, their big gunner. It's the centermen that are going to carry the water. So they got out. It's going to be a lot of work for the likes of Larkin and the middlemen. And then, of course, the last one is grind them down. It's a back-to-back game. They were in Buffalo last night. They ended up losing 3-2. So you play against a team against back-to-back. You try to make it as miserable for them as possible. You try to basically grind them down. Forecheck is probably the best way to do that.
Another player up front, Pavel Dorofeyev, is a guy that can really put the puck in the net. He had a pretty good start to the season. His first game on opening night, he had a 3-goal hat trick, had another good game right after that. So he had 5 goals in his first 2 or 3 hockey games. But he's a guy with 29 goals this year that you always got to keep an eye on.
Well, the Golden Knights have always had a plethora of goal scorers, and it's no difference this year with their roster. Even though their goaltending hasn't held up, they're in a situation where they're a much better team than what their record shows, and that's because of the goaltending. A goaltending can make you feel or make the team look like it's better than it actually is, even though a goaltender is a member of the team. And if your goaltender is struggling, like it has been for Golden Knight most of this season, it makes the team look worse than they really are. So the Golden Knights, I'm sure. I mean, in the Western Conference, you got Dallas and you've got Colorado, but I think Golden Knights think they have as good a shot as anybody to come out of the West.
Take a look at the injury report right now, and it's brought to you by McLaren Healthcare, doing what's best. And the only injury that Larry and I talked about was John Gibson with that upper body injury. I think the Red Wings are hoping he'll be okay and get ready for that game against the Florida Panthers on Friday night. Little ceremony before we get going here. Patrick Kane, who became the highest U.S.-born skating player forward not too long ago before the break, and he's getting honored here tonight before the game.
Oh, rightly so. And for the players, it's special, of course, for him and his family is here out on the ice, and just a real nice setup for him. And the players on the team are very happy for him, very excited. He's very popular in the dressing room. He's got tremendous work ethic. He's been in the league forever, and he comes to the rink every morning just with a lot of excitement and putting in a lot of work during the day. So that is tremendous leadership for the young players, and everyone on that bench thinks the world of him.
And a little bit later, I believe in the first intermission, the Red Wings will be honoring Dylan Larkin and Jack Eichel, who were the Olympians on Team USA that won the gold medal.
Yeah, and I think they're going to obviously move Sider and Lucas Raymond for the Wings. They did a tremendous job for their respective countries, but of course it's going to be all about Dylan Larkin and Eichel. But Larkin, to hometown boy, just I'm so impressed with his level of play. I wouldn't say I'm not shocked. I mean, we see him game in, game out, a guy that plays in both ends of the rink, and then just some Mr. Reliable, and also he's a guy Mr. Clutch too at the same time. So he is. If you rank the U.S. players on that Olympic team, boy, in terms of contribution to the team, I mean, it's easier said than done putting a list together. But having said that, I think he's a top 5 guy for that U.S. team. That's the type of impact I thought he had on their Olympic effort.
Well, it's really strange, too, because you get 2 top guys like Jack Eichel and Dylan Larkin. They all grew up together. They played together for so many years. You can throw Zach Werenski, who was a hero in that overtime win as well. And they all got together, and that's got to be something because they're such good friends. They play on different teams in the NHL, but really came together as a unit and won the gold.
Well, and Michigan's got to be very proud. I mean, they supplied a lot of players to that team, a lot of key players, a lot of key spokes on the wheel. It's bragging rights now for the next 4 years for these boys. It was, you knew, you just watched those games. They put their heart and soul into every one, and of course the overtime goal. I mean, you couldn't have. What a tremendous gold medal game it was. It lives up. It seems like now of late, anytime Canada and the U.S. play, it's a barn burner, and it didn't disappoint. That's sure, the gold medal game.
Well, taking a look real quick at the standings, Tampa Bay first place in the Atlantic Division with 80 points. Buffalo moving up 2 points behind them. Hard to believe, but they just keep on winning. 78 points. Red Wings in third, 76 points. And Montreal right on the Red Wings' tail. They got the first wild card spot with 75 points. Boston Bruins, the second wild card spot, 73 points. So the Bruins in that last wild card spot, just 3 points behind the Detroit Red Wings.
Well, it's and you look at the teams. I believe there's 4 teams that are basically done. The Rangers, the Devils, and the Maple Leafs, and you can add to that list the defending Stanley Cup champions, Florida Panthers. As far as I'm concerned, they're finished. I mean, they got no shot just because of how well all the teams up front of them have played. They've been struggling, it seems, all season long with injuries and never really got things back on track. Goes to show you. I mean, parity in the National Hockey League. I mean, what a tremendous example of that is the fact that Florida will not make the playoffs this year.
We're good to see Mike Modano, the former Red Wing, played here for 1 season, and that's the man that Patrick Kane passed over, and they're standing on the red carpet together and getting a nice picture as Kane and Modano are out there on the red carpet.
And then we see John Van Beesbrook is here also, another great U.S.-born goaltender. Mike Modano, I had the good fortune to play with him when he came into the league in Minnesota, and who would have known that at one point in his career he was going to be the highest scoring U.S.-born player. And hats off to Mike Modano and of course Patrick Kane, and he's going to pad that number. He's not done yet, so I mean it's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, another player that's from the state of Michigan who had a really good career was Pat LaFontaine, and he had some concussion issues that maybe took his numbers away, but he was a great player for many, many years.
Yeah, I played against LaFontaine, a real quick player. He wasn't one to throw his weight around, but he was tough out there. And what I mean by that is he never was discouraged. I mean, you weren't gonna run him out of the game. He was always going to be there. He was had the knack of making the big play, and yeah, he had himself a tremendous career. Well, the list is long. I mean, we can of U.S.-born players. I mean, the league now, I don't know how it breaks down, but you got to assume that there's as many U.S.-born players in the league now as there is any other from any other country.
And Larry, Michigan's really a hotbed too for a lot of talent that now plays on the U.S. Olympic teams, and hockey just continues to grow, not only on the men's side but on the women's side as well.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, both the men's and women's Olympics was just Canada, USA, just a tremendous finish on both sides. And yeah, it's hockey is grown. With women's hockey, we're starting to see. I mean, for so many years it was just U.S. and Canada. Now we're seeing other countries. Their programs are starting to develop and catch up. But definitely the USA and Canada had the lead on women's hockey when it was introduced to the Olympics.
Well, we're moments away from the start of this one. Red Wings back home after going 2-1-0 on their recent 3-game road trip. They play the Vegas Golden Knights here tonight, and then Friday night the Florida Panthers, defending Stanley Cup champs, come into Hockeytown, struggling a little bit right now, trying to get up the standings a little bit, but doesn't look good for the Florida Panthers. But it's great to be back home and great to have you along for the ride on this Wednesday night. Coming up next, we'll have the opening face-off, Red Wings and the Vegas Golden Knights from Little Caesars Arena. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
The unprecedented temperatures have led to Wallside's factory freeze. Buy one Wallside window, get your second one free, plus 72 months interest-free. And then skate on the down payment. There's none required. Affordability is what Wallside is all about. Quality windows you can actually afford. Buy one window, get one free, plus 72 months interest-free. Don't put up with high heating bills any longer. Call Wallside now. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
In hockey, every win is earned. And at home, the victories are just as real. With J.P. Weiser's whiskey in hand, every moment feels like a win. From midweek matchups to do-or-die Game 7s, Weiser's is there. From the first puck drop to the final buzzer, we're all in. Because it's not just about the team on the ice. Here, it's about us. And when we gather with J.P. Weiser's Whiskey for game time, that's a W. J.P. Weiser's, the official Canadian whiskey of the Detroit Red Wings.
Imagine a world where technology transforms the way we think about our environment. Welcome to Priority, where we're redefining the future of recycling and cleanliness with cutting-edge tech. Our innovative solutions are designed for those who demand smarter, more efficient ways to care for our planet. We're not just ahead of the curve, we're creating it. Ready to join the revolution? Visit PriorityWaste.com and see how we're setting the new standards in the industry. Priority, where technology meets sustainability.
Face-off is just moments away as we pause for station identification on the Detroit Red Wings radio network.
The biggest games in the world.
Ovechkin fires! He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
And again, we welcome you back to Little Caesars Arena prior to the start of tonight's hockey game. Second and final meeting of the season coming up between the Red Wings and the Vegas Golden Knights. The Red Wings dropped a 1-0 decision in Vegas earlier in the campaign, but the Red Wings played good in that hockey game and just didn't get enough goal scoring to beat this Golden Knight team. Let's take a look at the starting lineups tonight. They're brought to you by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. Call us today for a free estimate.
On the Vegas Golden Knights side, we got in net Adin Hill. He's the one that led them to the Stanley Cup in 2023, but this year has not gone anywhere near as well as he had hoped. Last start against Pittsburgh gave up 5 on Sunday. On defense, got Rasmus Andersson, puck-moving defenseman, dangerous around the opposition's goal. He does have scoring touch, and alongside him, Jeremy Lozon, a physical tough defenseman, and Colton Sissons playing up front. Cole Smith, trade yesterday from Nashville, is on the forward line as Keegan Colasar is also.
Cam Talbot gets the call and goal for the Red Wings. Jacob Bernard, Docker, Ben Sherratt will start the game on the blue line. Up front, JT Comfer between Dominic Shine and James Van Riemsdyk. Puck has been dropped. We're underway. Red Wings looking for a victory as they move it to Van Riemsdyk in front of the penalty box, and he'll work that puck in behind the goal. Adin Hill himself smashed it off the left wing glass. This one comes out to the blue line. Shine hustles over to try and hold it in. Tied up his man along the far wing, and now the Golden Knights will pick it up. That's Anderson lifting it up the right wing boards off a stick into the corner in the Red Wing end. Big collision back in behind the goal as the puck is laid around the boards, and it comes out to center. Knocked down with a high stick, rolls to the blue line, and McNabb to lift it out to center ice for Vegas. Puck comes back to McNabb inside his own zone, hands it off now to the player Theodore, who'll bring it forward for the Vegas Golden Knights. Tap it up the left side, and Barbashev's pass ended up off a stick into the Red Wing players' bench. Back out onto the ice. Quick whistle. And we have no score in the hockey game of the faceoff coming up in front of the Red Wing players' bench out at center ice.
Well, Cole Smith, a new addition for Vegas Golden Knights. Made his presence felt right away, throwing his weight around in the first shift. I'm sure he's very excited and nervous about the new club.
From the face-off, the puck ends up inside the Red Wing zone. Here's Mo Seider lifting it up the right side. Patrick Kane, who was honored before the game, tapped it to the side of Hill. Now it's off the stick of Eichel, and a quick shot on goal by Detroit. Hill knocked it away, and now the player McNabb will bring it out to center ice, flip it up across the line. Barbashev sticks it into the right corner in the wing's end. Mo Seider watched from behind by Bowman, and now the Golden Knights steal as Eichel tapped it over on the left wing. Played around the boards and back to the side of the goal, and now it comes up to Kane, who'll bring it out to center ice and steer it up across the Vegas Golden Knight line. In pursuit is Caden Korzak in behind his own goal. Both teams are changing on the go. Minute and a half gone by in the opening period. Vegas in the white jerseys with the black and yellow and red trim. They're attacking left to right. Now here's a quick shot from the left side, and they score. That is Riley Smith getting the feed from the left circle, bangs it in short side on Talbot. That's a quick goal, 1 minute and 50 seconds into the game, and Vegas leads 1-0.
When the pass comes from behind the goal line, it's difficult for the goalie to know where the puck is going. Johansson loses control behind, and just a real strong play by Mitch Marner, and he gets the puck right out front. And Riley Smith on the short side. Talbot is unable to get himself right over to that post. Took him a little time to find the puck. As I mentioned, when it's behind the net, the goaltender loses sight of it. And a great bang-bang play by Vegas, and it ends up in Detroit's net.
Well, you want to get off to a good start, and what the Red Wings wanted right there, as Smith gets the goal, and Vegas with that 1-0 lead. It comes on Vegas' first shot of the hockey game. Thomas Hertl lays it back on the line. Pass over right side. Korzak with a shot trying to tip out in front Cole Reinhardt. And that one off his stick and out of play in the twine in the far corner in the Red Wing end.
Vegas is obviously coming out here tonight, want to establish the forecheck, and they did it right from the first shift on, putting pressure on the Wings defensemen. They're going to have to, Detroit, move that puck quicker. They don't have a lot of time with it on their stick. Once they have it, they've got to get it up to their forwards and get it out of the zone.
Well, Vegas in a tough battle last night. It was a 3-2 victory for the Buffalo Sabres, and they were trailing that entire hockey game. Never really had the lead in that game in Buffalo.
And it's tough. Catch-up hockey is taxing physically, and obviously it's tough to win when you're down by 3.
Here's Finney, who scored against Nashville with a shot top of the left circle, and that one kicked away by Hill with the right goalie pad. Vegas controls in the corner, lifted Smith out to center ice. Now Brandon Saad will chip it into the Detroit end of the side of Talbot. Talbot cleared it himself to Mason Appleton. Appleton eluded a check, moves it in behind his own goal, now to Bernard Docker. Red Wing defender turns away from a check of Colton Sissons. Swings it on the second effort out to center ice, and JT Comfer in front of the penalty box will fire that puck in behind the goal, and Hill to tap it into the corner for Rasmus Anderson. Colasar swings it in behind his own goal. Lozon lost it, stolen by Shine, who'll pick it up in the right circle, bank it off the end boards near corner for Comfer. Tapped it off the stick of James Van Riemsdyk, gets it back behind the goal to Comfer. Quick feed comes to the left point for Johansson, who turns, fires, and Shine was on the doorstep looking to deflect, but Hill comes up with a glove hand save.
Johansson gets the puck at the blue line. There's a path towards the net and gets rid of it quickly. Shine's right there, screening Hill, looking for that rebound, looking to redirect, but the puck gets by him, and Hill's right there to gobble it up. No rebound. That's a critical point, critical shot from the point. It's not the toughest of saves, but the most important thing is that you do not give up a rebound, and Hill did not do it on that play.
That goal by Smith was his 11th of the season. Marner and Dorofiev will pick up the assist. Here's Eichel in over the blue lines, swings it out in front of the goal, but intercepting in the high slot, Michael Rasmussen strides up the right side, boards out the center, and dumps that puck into the corner. Theodore to scoop it up and move it out to center ice, and that one trickles all the way down the ice. And a foot race for it. Edmondson's going to get there first to play it around the boards, and he played it away from Braden Bowman. Now Larkin strides over the line, pass off the stick of Kane. Now it's feathered up the left wing out to center by the Golden Knights. Barbashev trying to work it away from Sider. He goes down, and scooping up the puck coming back on the play is Patrick Kane. 1-0 Vegas on the early goal by Smith. Here's Larkin at the center ice circle. Tried to elude a check of his own player, Sherratt. Lost the handle of it, came out to center, and Smith to dump it inside the Red Wings zone. Wings will pop it back into the Vegas end. Jeremy Lozon swept that puck off his stick at center ice. Off of Dorofiev into the corner, and icing is called against the Vegas Golden Knights. We played 4 minutes, 24 seconds of the opening period. Quick goal by Smith, and it's a 1-0 Vegas lead.
Vegas established the forecheck. Goal for them resulted of it. Wings trying to find their footing. The last shift was a much better effort. Seeing them control the puck down below the goal line of Vegas, and that's one way to wear down the opposition that's played a back-to-back game, is to play down below your own goal line.
Wings with a draw. Sherratt with a booming shot from the line. Wide of the goal. Rebound. Raymond tipping it across, and now scooping it up is Korzak. Out to center ice, and almost lining him up with a body check was Raymond. He pulled up at the last second after dumping it into the Red Wing end. Raymond chopped it up the wing, comes out to Kopp at center ice in front of the Vegas bench. Takes a bump along the boards by Riley Smith, who tried to get away from Sandy Pellica, but now the loose puck scooped up by Raymond, angles over in front of the penalty box, got it over the line to DeBrincat. Now shot it into the corner in the Vegas zone. Puck loose, comes to the top of the circle. Johansson to Sandin Pellikka with a shot, and Hill made the save. Big rebound, and coming away with it, it's lifted by Reinhart to the Detroit blue line. He's got a good shot away there, Larry, but Hill made the save, and now a long stretch pass wide of everybody travels into the Vegas zone, and icing called against Detroit.
Detroit did get the puck down on Hill. There was some traffic in front, but this time Hill serves up a juicy rebound, but fortunately for him, it goes to one of his teammates, and they're able to clear the zone.
Yeah, if you're a goaltender, you got to be in control of those rebounds. Sometimes easier said than done, but boy, that was a big juicy rebound that came right to the slot area. 14:42 to go in the opening period. Face off to the right of Cam Talbot. This will be his third consecutive game that he's played in. He picked up the loss in that game at Carolina, picked up the win in the game against the Nashville Predators, and is back in goal for the Red Wings tonight because of the minor injury to John Gibson. Ashton Kosa is the backup goaltender for the Red Wings, having a great year in Grand Rapids. An whole team doing well in GR as Finney will pick it up and move it over the line. Here's Marco Kasper with a shot that's deflected away off a skate. Finney on the rebound, skates in behind the goal. Brandon Saad in pursuit. Back to the line it comes. Here's Edvinsson with a shot. Hill the stick save. Puck ends up in behind the Vegas goal. Swatted back to the blue line. Edvinsson throws it over. Now quick feed to Finney in the slot. He scores! Second goal in as many games. Finney ties it 1-1.
What a shot that was. Good play between the blue line, on the blue line. Evanson over across the ice to Sider, and Finney smartly moves himself up high above the circles right in the middle of the ice. Gathers the pass from Sider's able to turn square up and beat with the wrist shot. The top of the circles beats Hill cleanly. 2 goals in 2 games for Finney, and he was probably wondering after that cold spell if he'd ever score again. Just goes to show you how it is. Those goals, they're like grapes. They come in bunches. And for Finney, confidence has probably never been higher than it is right now for the young kid.
You know, when that puck starts going in the net, the puck seems to follow you as well, doesn't it?
It's just it's amazing. Every time now Finney shoots the puck, he's going to think he's got a really good shot of scoring, and that wasn't the case for him 3 games ago.
That goal by Finney to tie it up, another DTE Energy light the lamp goal. Here's a shot right out in front, tipped, and Hill covers up as Van Riemsdyk was parked right out in front of Hill.
I gave Hill credit for that earlier shot, managing the rebound. Now, of late, he's having a tough time holding on to it, but Detroit, with those shots coming from the point, they're not very hard. They're not hard. They're wrist shots for the most part, but they've got traffic in front of Hill.
First period of tonight's game brought to you by Meijer. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey. Timeout, a pause in the action, 13:41 to go here in the opening period. A 1-1 tie between the Red Wings and the Golden Knights. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
Red Wings fans, get in the game at Dunham Sports to find great savings in every aisle. Since 1937, Dunham's has been bringing Red Wing fans the best values on the brand name sporting goods you want. Dunham's has your favorite brands like Under Armour, Adidas, Champion, Carhartt, Titleist, Bauer, Spalding, Warrior, Nordic Track, and many more at prices that are hard to beat. Get in the game and save at any of the 70 Michigan Dunham Sports locations.
Get in the game at Dunham's. It starts at sunrise. For over 60 years, National Coney Island has been making the good stuff. From the classic Coney dog to our original chicken honey and award-winning chili. We serve up value in every mouth-watering meal every day. Family-owned goodness that is always fast, fresh, and friendly. Dine in or order online at nationalconeyisland.com. National Coney Island is proud to be the official chili of the Detroit Red Wings.
So here's the thing about Sheetz. We're not just another gas station or convenience store. We're family owned. Been that way since 1952. And when we open our doors, we're bringing more than food and fuel. We're bringing jobs, clean, safe rest stops, a place for early risers, night owls, and everybody in between. From your morning coffee to your midnight cravings, we got you. All day, every day. Come through and say hi. We'll be here cranking out sandwiches and snacks like it's our job. Because, you know, it is. Sheetz. Now open, always here. Why the Sheetz not?
A little bit of a pause here with the game tied 1-1 as Eric Freiney, the PA announcer here, announcing the U.S. Olympic team and all the members that won the gold medal, both the women's side and on the men's side as well.
And made mention of the contribution from the players of Michigan. Mo Sider, Lucas Raymond, both acknowledged for their contributions to their country. Both of them, all three players from the Wings that played in the Olympics, were all high-impact guys for their club. They all have something to be very proud of. Of course, Larkin gets to carry the gold around his neck. He's the happiest of the group.
I had to chuckle at Jack Eichel because they announced his name, but he was busy talking strategy on the bench. He just looked up, waved, and then got back to the strategy again.
I don't think he knew that was coming. It was classy for the Wings to announce his participation in the Olympics.
Well, Hannafin knew it was coming, and he gave a nice smile and a wave to the crowd here. Game tied 1-1. Riley Smith opened the scoring at 150, and then Emmett Finney at 5:58, and that's how we stand.
Well, they went to Eichel first, so that's why he knew it was coming.
Now the puck is up the left wing boards, out the center ice, and down the ice into the Vegas zone. So basically what you're saying, Eichel probably wanted to be second on that list, right?
Yeah. I guess they weren't clued in before the game, but they acknowledged the women's hockey program, which did an outstanding job. Building very excited. It's a wonderful time for USA hockey, to say the least. But for the Wings, it was wonderful to see Finney tie this one up with just a tremendous shot on his part. Very impressive. He got a hold of the puck. There was no panic in his play. He hung on to it like a natural goal scorer and just buried it top corner.
Sider and Edmondson picked up the assist on the goal by Finney. He now has goals in 2 straight hockey games, 11 on the season. His goal came at 5:58. Things aren't going good for Vegas right now. They only had one other 3-game losing streak in regulation all season long, and they're trying to get back to their winning ways, and the Red Wings trying to shut them down here tonight and send them back to Vegas with a 4-game losing skid. Here's Jack Eichel in the corner, moving it back on the left point, held in. Theodore's shot blocked right out in front of the Detroit goal. Van Riemsdyk shovels it off the boards and out to center ice. Theodore to pick it up inside his own end. Theodore's good puck-moving defenseman. Now a feed pass over the blue line to Bowman. Pass over on the left side of the ice for Jack Eichel. Checked by Kane. Now Eichel moves it into the high slot, intercepting Rasmussen. Tapped it off the stick of Larkin. Came out to center ice. Eichel scooping it up. Now hands it to the trailer. Bowman poked off the puck, and it ends up along the blue line in the Las Vegas zone. Now it's Barbashev picking up the loose puck and swinging it up the right side for Korzak. He'll fire it into the Detroit zone, and Edmondson scooping it up for Detroit. Hands it around the boards near side. Rasmussen outlets it to Larkin at center. 2-on-2 over the line, cutting through the defenders, moving in with a chance, and Hill made the save. Good individual effort by Dylan Larkin. He was chased down by Pavel Dorofiev as the puck comes out to Dorofiev at center ice. He'll work it up across the line, and the Wings steal and head back the other way. Larkin and Rasmussen, and the trailer is Kane. Larkin buying some time, moves it over, right side, Sandin Pellikka with a shot, and that one may have hit the outside of the goal post, and Hill may have gotten a piece of it as well. Back skates the Vegas Golden Knights. Smith hands it off left side, gets the return feed from Marner and got a backhand away. It ends up in the corner. So good scoring chances by both the Red Wings and the Vegas Golden Knights.
Well, Larkin made a tremendous play, a button hook at the blue line, finding Sandin Pellikka at the far side, and then 10 seconds later, Vegas is able to bring the puck down and create their own scoring chance.
Here's Anderson trying to get the puck down low. Took an elbow from Johansson. He got away with one right there as he got the elbow up a little bit, and now it's picked up and played by Sandin Pellikka, rink wide to Raymond. Over the Vegas blue line. He'll swat it in behind the goal. Hill himself will tap that puck around the far boards. Jam away for it outside rim of the right circle. Finally dug free along the far side by Thomas Hertl. Now it's Lozon to squeeze it up the left side and out to center ice. Red Wings in the middle of a change. Bernard Docker chasing it down for Detroit, moves it away from Brandon Saad. Approaching the halfway point of the opening period, a 1-1 tie. Smith opened the scoring for Vegas, and Emmett Finney tying it up for Detroit. Here's Casper on the attack, drops it to Appleton, over the line to Finney, back in front, of redirection by Casper, made a beeline to the front of the goal and just tipped it wide. Hurdle throws it into the corner of the Red Wing zone. Colasar after it, he'll bounce that puck around the end boards. Puck held in, shot by McNabb around the end boards into the right circle, in deep is Theodore, got it back to Colasar. Colasar to the right circle, Theodore, bounce pass off in behind the Detroit goal, in pursuit is Cole Smith. Wings get there first, fail to clear it out, Colasar holds it in. Comes back to the line, shot into the right corner in the Red Wing zone. Vegas threatening a little bit as Cole has it in behind his own goal. Cole Smith wraps it around, sent it right through the goal mouth along the far boards. They keep it alive. From the line, Theodore with a drive and reaching out with a glove hand save. Red Wing netminder Cam Talbot.
Smartly grabs that puck, Talbot does. Get the whistle. Vegas was buzzing that shift, moving the puck well behind the net, cycling, getting it out front. A lot of hard work. The new player, Cole Smith, throwing his weight around. Game, a lot of energy, that's for sure, we've seen so far.
Timeout, 9:40 to go, first period, a 1-1 tie. Well, a couple good friends of mine from St. Clair Shores, Michigan, but they're actually listening to our broadcast, Larry, in Port Richey, Florida, enjoying some of that heat down there. It's Mike and Lori Smart of St. Clair Shores. We thank you for tuning in, and Red Wings putting on a little bit of a show here in the opening period, have a 3-1 lead over Vegas.
Well, they got to be enjoying that offensive heat that the Wings have provided in this first period.
Nice transition, love that. Puck comes out to center ice. Red Wing goal scores Finney, Edvinson, and DeBrincat. Riley Smith opened the scoring with an early goal at 1:50. Wings have outshot the Golden Knights 11-4. DeBrincat, who scored the last goal, pitched it up across the Vegas Golden Knight line. It's thrown out to center, knocked down Hurdle at the red line. Kopp swings it ahead. Saad broke it up, and now he comes back 1-on-2 over the Wings blue line. Shoots the puck, got a good wrister away, and a glove save by Talbot, top of the goal crease.
Well, get a good shot off, but Talbot saw it the whole way. The Wings defenseman, Sider and Evanson, standing up at the blue line, not backing in, so the shot came from quite a distance. 2.5 minutes left in this period. For the Wings' sake, they'd like this score to remain to the end of this period. For Vegas, they want to have a goal right now that would spark them going into the second period.
I think if you're Tom McClellan, you're telling your guys, keep the foot on the gas, right?
Yeah, there's two. Yeah, you never let up, of course. I mean, that's just that's bad hockey if you let up. Keep the pressure.
There's Theodore with a shot, changed direction, rebound, chance by Eichel in front, knocked away by Talbot, who saw it all the way. Dangerous opportunity, though. It comes back to Theodore at the left point, rifles it around the board, scooping it up now. Bowman hands it off to Barbashev. Stick candles to the right point, throws it over, left side of the ice. McNabb with a shot, and that's deflected out of play and behind Talbot.
That shift, Vegas was able to put some pressure on Detroit. Vegas trying with now they're up to 7 shots this period, but getting the puck to the net. They've done a good job cycling the puck down low, creating some problems for the Wings defenders, but haven't been able to get it out front to create a lot of good scoring opportunities.
Yeah, I was thinking back to that Edvinson goal, and you played defense in the National Hockey League, but I'll tell you what, anytime you can get your defenseman moving up into the attack, it just causes problems for the opposition.
Well, Edvinson does it very well. He's got offensive chops to his game. He knows when he can sniff out opportunities, he knows when to pinch into the slot area. He's scored some nice goals.
Another guy I can think of who did a pretty good job doing that, Nick Cronwall. He could really read the play.
Yes.
Good defender, and he would jump in and get those extra goals for the team as well, indeed.
Evanson's got 8 goals, and he doesn't see any time on the power play. I don't know if he's ever been on the power play this season. That's impressive for just 5 to have 8 5-on-5 goals. He's definitely a guy that contributes offensively and sniffs out opportunities and moves in at the right time.
Here's Cole Smith over the Red Wing line. Bumped off the puck as he moved it in behind the Red Wing goal. Evanson drops it back for the trailer Sider. Quick feed up the right wing to Shine, and he'll scoot the puck to the side of the goal. He was tackled by Colasar, and a penalty coming up to the Vegas Golden Knights right here. Now if you're the Vegas Golden Knights, you're trailing now 3-1, and you put that deadly power play on the ice.
Yeah, they're a team that don't take too many penalties, Vegas, but for some reason leans in on the play, gets his stick wrapped around Shine's leg. Down he goes. Colasar not the smartest of play. It was a non-dangerous play. The Shine was just carrying the puck down along the boards. Colasar was behind him out of position and reached in with his stick and ended up tripping him.
All right, Red Wing Power Play coming up, brought to you by Carbless, the preferred ready-to-drink canned cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings. Colasar in the box for tripping at 18:47. Now the Wings turned it over, short-handed, out the center, races Jack Eichel, cutting wide on Sider. Sider being careful not to draw a minor penalty, took him off the puck and behind the goal. Now it's scooped up by Mitch Marner in the far corner. Larkin dug it away and starts the attack 3-on-2 into the Vegas zone. Pass right side for Kane. Into the corner, Dylan Larkin popped it up the wall. Marner will intercept, carry it out the center ice, and backhand it softly and behind the Detroit goal. 40 seconds to go in the first period. 3-1 lead for Detroit. Wings with a man advantage for 1:24. Sider up the left side to Larkin. Now the trailer Kane. Picks up some speed, chipped it over the line to Dylan Larkin onside, cuts out in front, brought it back to the line, hands it off to Sider. Sider rolls it off the boards to DeBrincat, quickly feed to Sider, right circle feed to Kane down low. And Kane moves it back on the blue line. 13 seconds to go in the period. Red Wings looking for the best opportunity. Kane with a shot, wide of the goal, rebound, holding it in, barely is Sider. Now worked into the corner, and that's picked off and played the length of the ice by Rasmus Andersson. And that'll eat up the remaining time here in the opening period. But quite the finish for the Red Wings, as after Riley Smith's goal early, Finney, Edmondson, and DeBrincat scoring, and it's 3-1 Detroit after 20 minutes of play.
Well, heading to the dressing room, the Wings are very pleased. Of course, being up by a couple of goals, but I think they got to be pleased with just how well they moved the puck and how they were creating offensive chances. Goals have been tough of late. They did get 4 in Nashville, and they're looking to build on that tonight, and they've already got 3.
First period, shots on goal brought to you by the McComb Group, the leader between the pipes for all of your industrial pipe needs. 11 shots by the Red Wings on Adin Hill, and the Vegas Golden Knights got 2 or 3 late in that period. They were stuck on 3 for almost the entire period after that first goal that was scored by Smith, but they have a first period total of 8 on Cam Talbot.
Well, Finney's got 3 of the shots for the Wings. He had a great first period, playing with a lot of jump. Of course, a tremendous shot on his goal. Simon Edmondson ended up with a couple of shots himself, moving up in the play smartly. He ends up scoring.
Well, one of the things the Vegas Golden Knights probably wanted to do is get off to a good start here against Detroit, which they did. They got on the board, but they kind of slowed it down a little bit, and the Red Wings kind of took over. And really, for a majority of the last 15 minutes of that period, the Red Wings carried the play to Vegas.
I don't think it was Vegas letting up as much as it was Detroit forcing the play. It was a very impressive first period by Detroit. Vegas didn't hand them anything. They made a statement, skated well, moved the puck well, went to the net, a couple of great shots on their part, and it was creative hockey for the Detroit Red Wings. It was, yes, they had moments where they just put the puck at the net and banged it away, but for a lot of that period, boy, they moved the puck around so well that they were able to create opportunities for themselves.
Well, the Red Wings have that 3-1 lead after 20 minutes of play. Hey, Red Wing fans, you can now get every available in-market local 2026 Tigers game and every available 2026-27 Red Wing game all season long on Detroit Sportsnet. Watch on your schedule on any device, plus subscribe by March 22nd to unlock all March Tiger games for $0 until April 1st, including the first 5 regular season games and opening day. Subject to national exclusivities, terms and conditions apply. Visit DetroitRedWings.com/Detroit Sportsnet to learn more and subscribe today. We're in the first intermission here in the District Detroit. Red Wings with a 3-1 lead over the Vegas Golden Knights. Coming up next in our 1-800-CALL-SAM studios is Jeff Rieger, and he'll tell you all about the first period of play in tonight's hockey game. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
Home means everything to you. So when rates drop, you don't just sit back. Rocket Mortgage watches the market to help you save money when the time is right. We make refinancing simple and savings even simpler. Never miss a new lower monthly payment with Rocket Mortgage. Learn more at rocketmortgage.com or call 1-800-4ROCKET for cost information and conditions. Conditions apply. Not a commitment to lend. Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states. NMLS ConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Enjoy Little Caesars Detroit-style slices and sticks for $4.99 and keep it all to yourself. Time to be greedy. 2 delicious deep dish slices and 4 tasty pieces of Italian cheese bread just for you. Yes, both. Hell, I can't stop even laughing. Try Detroit-style slices and sticks for $4.99.
Pizza.
Available at participating locations for a limited time. Plus tax where applicable. Prices may vary. Prices higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and third-party online sites.
Hear that? That's the sound of saving a good deal more when you shop with M-Perks at Meijer. Some delicious Cosmic Crisp apples, money saved. Meijer Essential Paper Towels, that's money saved. Savings, because every dollar spent is also points earned in M-Perks, which you can use to save on your next grocery trip, or up to $1 off per gallon on your next tank of gas. At Meijer, we work hard to help you save a good deal more for a whole lot less. That's bringing more good to life. Exclusions apply. See mperks.com for details.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Detroit Red Wings tickets at Ticketmaster as the official ticket marketplace of the Detroit Red Wings and the NHL. Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Red Wings.
After beating colon cancer, I'm turning setbacks into comebacks. I am Henry.
I'm pain-free and at full strength after spine surgery. I am Henry.
A life-saving delivery ensured my shift could continue. I am Henry.
When you need care to get you back on your game, trust the only care team chosen as the official team physicians for the Detroit Red Wings. Henry Ford Health.
We are Henry.
Welcome on back. 1-800-CALL-SAM Studio. Wings up on the Knights 3-1 after 20 minutes of action. First time back at the LCA since after the NHL Olympic break. Go ahead, check out what happened. Scoring summary. Knights wasted no time getting on the scoreboard in this one. They played yesterday, lost to the Sabres, did score first in this one. Riley Smith, number 11, 150 in, 1-0 Vegas. But then the Wings come back. Emmett Finney been red hot, 2 goals his last 2 games, number 11 today, 5:58, 1-1 game. A little later on in the period, Simon Edvinsson, the D-men, with a little offense, number 8 this season, 2-1 Wings.
And over the blue line on Lozon, passing the slot to top, and he was bothered on the play. Following up, Edvinsson scores. He came in from the blue line, followed up, picked it up, fires it upstairs for a 2-1 Red Wing lead.
That goal happened at 5:15. Then at 6:14, Alex DeBrincat. Nice shot. Aiden Hill's going to want this one back.
Wing steal at center. Here comes Raymond dancing up across the Vegas line. Into the left circle. Drop pass in the slot. DeBrincat with a shot. He scores! 2 quick ones for the Red Wings. The Cat fires it home to make it 3-1 Detroit.
3-1 after 20 minutes of action. Wings out shooting the Vegas Golden Knights 11-7. More hits for Vegas, 8-5. Wings have won a couple more faceoffs. Just 1 power play went to Detroit, and they did not convert. 3-1 Red Wings. That's after 1 period of action. Come back. We'll talk to Larry Murphy about things. You're listening to Detroit Red Wings Hockey.
Toyota gives you more electrified hybrid choices than anyone else, including the stylish new Corolla, a name synonymous with Toyota quality and dependability, the elegant new Toyota Crown Signia, and the latest edition of the legendary 4Runner. Toyota's extensive lineup also includes battery EVs like the tech-savvy all-electric BZ4X, and of course, the iconic Prius, the hybrid that started it all. That's the power of choice. From Toyota, let's go places.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
The unprecedented temperatures have led to Wallside's factory freeze. Buy one Wallside window, get your second one free, plus 72 months interest-free. And then skate on the down payment. There's none required. Affordability is what Wallside is all about. Quality windows you can actually afford. Buy one window, get one free, plus 72 months interest-free. Don't put up with high heating bills any longer. Call Wallside now. 1-800-521-7800 or go to wallside.com.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you bring more good to hometown hockey and hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. Meijer is proud to sponsor the Detroit Red Wings.
Wings lead it over the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Detroit Red.
Centers. Hockey comes alive. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Time now for the intermission conversation brought to you by Meijer. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey. Get you back to downtown Detroit. Bring in the Hall of Famer Larry Murphy, filling in for Paul Woods today. What's going on, Murph?
Well, so far so good. If you're looking at the first 20 minutes, Red Wings team that goals were tough to come by of late, but we saw in Nashville and then tonight, maybe they've solved that issue.
Larry, how tough is it for a team like Vegas to play the second game of a back-to-back for, I guess, any NHL team? And it's a good thing the Wings only have, 2 more back-to-backs the remainder of this season.
It's not an ideal situation by any means, and when you get into a situation where they're in now tonight, Vegas, where you're down by a couple of goals, it's a much tougher game. It takes a lot more energy to play a game when you're down than when you're up. So when you're back to back, it's not an ideal situation to be in. But Vegas is a pretty good team, and we saw it in this first period. That goaltending has been their Achilles heel this season. You touched on DeBrincat's goal. It wasn't the strongest goal by any means. That was very stoppable for Hill, and that's the type of season he's had. And for Vegas, they come out of this period. Hey, we played okay. We shouldn't be down by 2, but the fact is they are.
Talk to me a little bit about Emmett Finney. 2 goals in 2 games. I heard you making the point with Ken that up until Monday, the matinee against Nashville, Emmett was kind of going through it when he shot the puck. Probably didn't think it was going in. Now a little different mindset considering he's been able to light the lamp in 2 of the last 2.
Yeah, it definitely helps. I don't know how long he went. He might have gone 20, 22 games without scoring a goal. And for any player, let alone a young hockey player, it wears on your mind and your confidence takes a big hit. It's just you start the hesitation starts coming into your game. That's probably the biggest problem when your confidence is down, is all of a sudden you're just not that assertive and you're kind of getting where you're going half a step too late. And for Finney, now you see scores a couple of goals. You see he's got a little more jump in his step. He actually ended up having another outstanding opportunity, put himself in a good spot right in front of the net. So. Yeah, now he feels like hey, just put it on my stick. I'm going to bury it, and it's amazing how a couple of goals can change it. Your head, as it has, as you can see with Finney.
Hey, Larry, you're around this organization. I assume maybe you got a little bit of insight. Any thoughts, any projections for Friday at 3 o'clock, the NHL trade deadline? We heard so much about Tyler Myers and how he could be the guy, and then we find out that he goes to Dallas, had a no-movement clause. Do you have any thoughts about if the Wings get active by Friday at 3?
Oh, they're very active. I can assure you that. Eisman would love to add a piece or two to this team, and you always, the wish list, but it's a wish list for any team in the National Hockey League. You always hear, I want that top 6 forward or that top 4 D-man. So yeah, he's trying to add to this team. We'll see. It won't be for the lack of effort. I mean, I know they've done their homework. They've put a book together, so to speak, of players in the league and what they think of them, and of course, hey, no one's giving anybody away. It's just
the asking prices are high.
There's always the talk. You hear, oh, well, go do this, go do that. Well, it's a lot easier said than done. And if the right deal's there, Yzerman's going to make it. I think he's going to be. It's safe to say though he's going to be more assertive this year than he has been since he's taken over as GM.
All right, Larry. Last one for you. I need to know. You were part of that legendary 1987 Canada Cup team. You were born in Ontario. How is Canada dealing with the United States winning the gold medal? I know it has not been good over there for a little bit of time. How long is that going to take for them to get over that?
Well, it'll probably take 4 years, I'd say, until they get another crack at the Olympics. And that just goes to show you just how intense this rivalry is right now. I mean, that was the matchup we wanted to see. Everybody wanted to see for the gold medal game. You had definitely the two best teams in the world played off there, and this time it was the U.S.'s turn. I think we're going to see just the way hockey is now in the U.S. and in Canada now, that it's going to be a situation over in the future where I think one team has their day in the sun, and then the other team will have to wait 4 years, and they'll probably succeed at that point. So it's great. I mean, I can't wait for the next one. What is it? 3 years, 330 days away or whatever. However you do the math.
I'm totally with you. I mean, it's now a legitimate rivalry. It's always been a rivalry, but the United States had to win one, and they did. And obviously, 4 years from now, it's going to be awesome. Larry Murphy, great stuff. We appreciate your time. We'll catch you in the second period. Thank you so much.
Okay, Riggs.
The great Larry Murphy coming up next, the Out-of-Town Scoreboard. You're listening to Detroit Red Wings Hockey.
Camping World is proud to be the official RV company of the Detroit Red Wings. Whether you're looking for a new RV, used RV, parts, accessories, service, and more, Camping World is your one-stop shop for all things RV. Find the perfect RV for you and your family with the nation's largest selection of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes. With convenient locations in Ann Arbor, Birch Run, Coldwater, Grand Rapids, Houghton Lake, and over 200 locations nationwide, start your next RV trip at your local Camping World or online at campingworld.com.
My name is Jamie Hutchison, and I am a breast cancer survivor. I'm singing in a women's chorus. It's just nice to do something that feels good for your soul. This is a pitch pipe, and when you're singing, it allows you to get your pitch. Sometimes you're singing in one key, and you have to make an adjustment. I think life is full of pivots, and cancer treatment is no different. You can still find your note.
Take a second to pivot at carmanis.org/second opinion or call 1-800-CARMANIS.
Is your game plan to buy or refi a home this year? Your winning play starts with a local mortgage broker. You'll get expert guidance from someone who knows your area and could save you thousands of dollars. So take the win. Go to mortgagematchup.com and put in your zip code to match with a home loan expert in your neighborhood. Powered by United Wholesale Mortgage, LLC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 3038. Licensed in all 50 states and the District of Columbia.
In every home, someone is always too cold or too warm.
What's the temperature in here? I'll just...
And then there's someone who's trying to save money.
Step away from the thermostat.
Well, DTE wants to help with both. Seal air leaks, add insulation, and change filters regularly to save up to $200 a year. And stay comfortable, too.
Ah, warm and cozy.
Get more tips at dteenergy.com/saveenergy. DTE.
Save time every time when you use online check-in for a great haircut at Great Clips, proud partner of the Detroit Red Wings. Download our app or check in online at greatclips.com. Great Clips, it's gonna be great.
Welcome on back. 1-800-CALL-SAM Studios. Check the Out-of-Town Scoreboard brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Rocket Mortgage, helping more Americans own more of America. Your journey home starts at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket, own the dream. Just one other game going on right now. How about the Maple Leafs? They're actually winning. They've been struggling of late. They lead the Devils in Jersey 2-1. William Nylander gets his 21st of the season in that game. Couple of late games tonight. Hurricanes in Vancouver to take on the Canucks. Canucks, rough season. They probably wanted over 18-35-7 on the year. Hurricanes, pretty good, 38-16-6. And then the Ducks trying to make the postseason for the first time in a while. They'll bring in the Islanders at 10 o'clock as well. Let's get you back to the LCA. Wings looking good in the first period. Can they continue it in the second period? Up 3-1 on Vegas. Ken Cal, Larry Murphy, and for Paul Woods. Guys, take it away.
Turn to the ice, and the Red Wings scoring 3 straight times after Riley Smith opened the scoring with an early goal for Vegas at the 150 mark, and Detroit on top 3-1. Red Wing goal scorers, Emmett Finney, Simon Edvinsson, and Alex DeBrincat, and the Red Wings out shooting the Vegas Golden Knights 11-8 in the first 20 minutes of play.
Well, the formula is now with the second period the same as the first. They do have 47 seconds on this power play. You got the fresh ice. Power play guys love that. Feel like you can move the puck quicker.
Colasar.
Oh boy, that would be quite a shot to the heart if they can to Vegas if they can bury one here.
Colasar offered tripping, and he came in that penalty box. He was in that penalty box late in the period. So this Red Wing power play again brought to you by Carbless, the preferred ready-to-drink canned cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings. Colton Sissons, penalty killer, brings it out to center ice, though, for Vegas, and his pass actually hit the linesman, came right over to Sissons again as Vegas is changing on the go. Marner hopping over the boards. He's out there right now for the Golden Knights. Time coming off that penalty clock to Colasar. 15 seconds to go in the Red Wing man advantage. Quick feed to Brinkett over the blue line. Shoots that puck around the boards. Dylan Larkin let it go to the line to Lucas Raymond. Lost it in his skates. Now played it off a skate into the slot. Marner with a quick feed out the center, broken up. Raymond shoots it off the glass and behind the Las Vegas goal. Now the penalty to Colasar is over, and the Golden Knights are at full strength. Checked along the near wing. The player Marner now comes out to center ice and wrapped ahead to Marner at center to Barbashev, and he'll float that puck into the left corner of the wing's end. Chirac got there first. Pinching down low, Jeremy Lozon manages to get it ahead. Pass comes back towards the right point. Here's Korzak swinging it out in front of the goal. Knocked away and out of harm's way by Appleton. That puck comes out to the Vegas Golden Knights blue line. Jack Eichel now on the attack. Feathers it over to Barbashev. Makes his way in on the Detroit goal. Scoots in behind the net. Centers it out in front. Pass was behind Eichel. Eichel poked it to the line, but it slides out to center ice. And McNabb throws it over, spreads the ice out a little bit as the feed comes out to center ice. Eichel tapped it off the boards inside the Red Wing zone. 2 minutes gone by here in the second period. 3-1 Detroit. Raymond over the line, drops it to DeBrincat. Fires it around the end boards. Theodore let it go. Dorofeev had it poked away from him by Edvinsson. Wings from behind the net, center it in front. Marner to intercept. Lay it out to Dorofeev out to center ice. Carries in over the line, and a late whistle by the linesman. That plays offside, but Dorofeev got the shot off anyway.
Well, Dorofeev put himself offside when he came up to the blue line. Instead of getting the blue line and then starting to dipsy-do, does it before the blue line. His wingers go where they go offside. They continue to go straight down, and just that's something that you got to keep in mind. That you want to be fancy, get it over the blue line, then you can be fancy. Don't be dragging the puck before you cross.
That's got to drive your line mates crazy, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, he just threw them offside on that play, unnecessary. They were in a pretty good position. It was close to a 3-on-2 for them.
3-1 Red Wings. 17:40 to go, second period. Raymond with a bouncing puck. Takes it away from Dorofeev. Moves it down into the corner, and now Marner swings it in behind the goal. It's lifted ahead by Hannafin out to center ice. Smith to dump that puck down the ice in behind the Detroit goal, and now it's icing called against the Vegas Golden Knights.
That Vegas down by a couple of goals. Expect to see them. They'll take a few more chances, be a little more assertive. The defense getting more involved. Detroit cannot play on their heels. They've got to continue, and I'm sure that was the discussion in the dressing room. They haven't won anything yet. We're up by a couple of goals. Yeah, that's great. But still, continue to play. There's 40 minutes left when they started this period. And for Vegas, a team that they got some talented guys up front, can't let up.
We made a scoring change. We'll get to that in a moment. Here's Sandin Pellikka, rifles a slap shot. That one ends up over the crossbar off the glass. And now out to center ice, Mitch Marner will flip that puck into the corner. Said he got clipped with a high stick, and the referee agrees. And a penalty call coming up to Detroit. On that scoring change, Edmondson, his 8th goal of the year, add assist to Alex DeBrincat and Andrew Kopp on the goal.
Yeah, it was a broken play.
Detroit penalty, 71, 2 minutes.
And the puck came to Edmondson, but Vegas never got control of it. It was just bouncing around, and so that's why they awarded this 2 assists on that goal.
Dylan Larkin off for high sticking now at 2:51. First Red Wing penalty kill coming up, brought to you by Corewell Health. Commander the challenge. The response is always the same: we can. Penalty killers have not done a good job over the last 4 hockey games. They've allowed a power play goal in each one of those 4 games. Play whistled down now inside the Red Wing blue line.
Vegas has a very strong power play. Of course, Mark Stone is out of the lineup. He's injured. He didn't play last night in Buffalo either. So that's one of their main gunners. But still, this is a roster that has still has a lot of scoring threats for their team, and this is an opportunity for Vegas to get themselves back into it.
44 power play goals on the season for the Golden Knights to rank 6th in the National Hockey League. Red Wings were up around there, but dropped off to 9th. But Vegas always pretty good on the power play, and Marner sets it up middle of the blue line now with the pass. Moves into the right circle, fires it down low. Fiev got it around the boards near side for Jack Eichel. Eichel to Marner, back to Jack Eichel with the puck. Moves into the top of the left circle, floats it down low. Pass off the stick of Eichel out to the blue line, and Kopp chasing it down, but Marner with a heads-up play to play it all the way to his own goal.
A sloppy play, though, by Vegas. Ends up turning the puck over and eating up valuable time on their power play.
Yeah, that was Eichel doing that, too, as the puck comes around the boards, and Sider just bats it right back across the Vegas Golden Knight blue line. Marner quickly ahead to Eichel, in over the Red Wing line, and a late whistle by the linesman. Another offside play for the Vegas Golden Knights.
Another unnecessary offside as Bowman crosses the line while Eichel has the puck. It was the same story. He was dipsy-doing with it, stick handling with the blue line, get it over the line, and then you can start playing with it. He throws off his line mate, Bowman, on that play.
Love that terminology, a dipsy-do. It reminds me of Sid Abel when he used to do color for the Red Wings. He used to use that all the time. Dipsy-do, and you brought it out, Larry, you did.
I mean, it's a great description. No better way to say it.
Here's Eichel moving in with a wrist shot from between the rings. Got a wrist shot away, pad save from Talbot. And nobody covering the left point. That puck slides all the way down the ice into the Vegas Golden Knights zone. 45 seconds to go in the Vegas power play. Marner charges out to center ice, the former Leaf. Flips it over the line. Barbashev gives it back to Marner. Now he turned it over as it's poked in behind the Red Wing goal. Sider on the attack, spins away from Bowman, and now hands it up the wall out to center. Broken up, and Hertl holds it in. Now in the slot, Eichel with a shot and going down to block it, Simon Edmondson. Went down on one knee, turned to his side. He blocked the shot, and it never got through to Cam Talbot. 14 seconds to go in the Vegas man advantage. 3-1 Detroit. We're in the second period. Eichel flipped the backhand over the blue line. Right wing goes after it himself. Feathers it around the end boards. Rasmus Anderson covered. It goes to Eichel, who moves it back on the blue line. Penalty's over. Here's Theodore with a shot. Save made Talbot. Now Sider bounced it off the boards to Dylan Larkin. Makes his way in left circle with a shot, and Aiden Hill came up and made the save. Now it's ends up into the corner, and Kopp will fire that puck around the boards, holding it in for Detroit. Johansson got it to Larkin at the blue line. Flips it in behind the Vegas Golden Knight goal as they battle for it there. Kane trying to work it out of the skates of Rasmus Anderson. Larkin steals. Now in the slot. Here is Johansson stick handling. Hands it back to Dylan Larkin. Larkin right circle feed to Kane. Now the Wings are buzzing in the Las Vegas zone. Here's Larkin, middle of the blue line. Hands it off to Kane. Cuts inside, across the line. Now he trips up, falls, and it's played into the slot. Kane worked it into the corner, and now it's lifted around the boards. Kane will pick it up from Rasmussen. Rasmussen dumped it back in the line to Larkin. Into the slot, Johansson moves into the left circle. Throws it back to the line to Ben Sherratt. Parked in front is Rasmussen. Here's a pass over to Patrick Kane. Good passing by Detroit. And they're trying to get him turned around. Now a pass off the stick. Larkin tried to play it to the blue line. Off the stick comes out to center ice. But Larry, the Red Wings had some pressure.
Great puck movement. Weren't able to get the puck in position A for a scoring opportunity, but still they had Vegas on their heels.
Edmondson holds it in, chipped it into the high slot. Rasmussen dished it off, and a chance by Kane as he came in and he fired it short side, but over the crossbar. A lot of times he scores on that type of play.
That was tight. He was right down by the goal line. That would have taken quite a shot to beat Hill on that one. But as you say, if there's anybody that can pull that one off, it's Patrick Kane.
Colasar in over the line. He pulls the trigger, and that's blocked by the Red Wing defense. Now it's scooped up by Bernard Docker, and he'll play it up the right side off the stick of Dominic Shine across the line. Shine ties up Marner. Out to center ice, Colasar. Pitched it over the blue line. Korzak to dump it in. It's up in behind the Red Wing goal. 12:55 to play in the second period. It's a 3-1 Detroit lead. Bouncing puck at center ice. Korzak again will just backhand the puck into the corner in the wing zone. Edmondson scoops it and scoops it up in behind the net as both teams are changing on the go. 12 shots by Detroit in the hockey game. 10 for the Golden Knights. Wings lead 3-1 here in the second. Pass out to center ice. Appleton flips it over the line. Marco Kasper with a shot from a sharp angle and making the save, Aiden Hill. Smith checked hard along the far boards. Delivering the body check was Appleton. Appleton after the puck along the wing. It scoots ahead, middle of the blue line. Barbashev looking for a man to pass it to. Almost had it intercepted. It bounces up across the line. Again, that plays offside over the Red Wing blue line. So that's 3 straight times the Golden Knights have been whistled on the offside play.
Well, that time Sandine Pellikka stood up on the play. Broke up Vegas's plan.
Nice second period brought to you by the Jack Demmer Automotive Group. Jack Demmer Ford and Jack Demmer Lincoln. Discover the Demmer difference. Timeout, 12-12 to play, second period. Red Wings 3, Vegas 1. This is the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
The 2026 Chevy Equinox is more than an SUV. It's your Sunday tailgate and your parking lot snack bar. Your lucky jersey, your chairs, and your big cooler fit perfectly in your even bigger cargo space. And when it's go time, your 11.3-inch diagonal touchscreen's got the playbook, the playlist, and the tech to stay ahead. It's more than an SUV, it's your Equinox. Chevrolet, the official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings.
We are Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. For over 70 years, Feiger Law has been your hometown team of trial lawyers for auto crashes, truck accidents, birth trauma, and injuries due to medical malpractice. Let our team of homegrown trial lawyers win big for you. Feiger Law, the official law firm of the Detroit Red Wings. All we do is win.
All we do is win. Life is beautiful and fragile. We fall. We get tired. And sometimes we get sick. But with Corewell Health, we are also strong. We fight disease. We battle cancer. We come together. We come back. We push forward. When the body breaks, we break through. Corewell Health. We can.
Tell you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Meijer. Meijer is the official grocer of the Detroit Red Wings Radio Network. Meijer brings more good to hometown hockey. All the scoring coming in the opening period in this one. Smith opened the scoring with a goal at 150. Finney, Edmondson, and DeBrincat all tallied. It's 3-1 Detroit. 12 minutes to go in the second period. DeBrincat down into the right corner, drops it back for Lucas Raymond. Hard work along the boards. DeBrincat cuts inside. Now it's passed over to Ben Sherratt, left face-off circle. Marner steals in the corner, outlets it to Theodore. Flips it up the left side boards for Barbashev, and he'll work it into the far corner in the Detroit end. Sherratt gets there before Dorofia. Rob bumped into his man as the puck is rifled by Raymond out to center ice. It bounces across the Vegas Golden Knight blue line. Barbashev to pick it up and drop it deeper into his own zone for Theodore. Red Wings changing on the go. 3-1 Detroit. Braden McNabb, the defender for Vegas, dropping it back to the trailer, Theodore. Good skating defenseman Shea Theodore. He hangs on to the puck as the forwards change for the Golden Knights. Now McNabb flipping it out to center ice, broken up. Here comes Larkin up across the line, cuts wide on Theodore, shoots the puck, and a save made right there by Aiden Hill. He got his arm on it to knock it away. McNabb flipping it out to the blue line, read nicely by Sider, who holds it in. Now a chip pass, penalty coming up to the Golden Knights. Larkin handles it. There goes Talbot for the extra attacker as Larkin is pushed off the puck and finally touched by Brennan Sod. And a tripping call coming up, and the Red Wings will go on the power play.
Play by Mo Sider ends up drawing the penalty. He's at the blue line with the puck. He was dipsy doing it.
Vegas penalty, 48, 2 minutes tripping.
And gets tripped up on the play by Hurdle right at the blue line. Just a nifty little play on his part, holding the puck in. Little spinorama. Hurdle gets his stick in on his feet. Down goes Sider, and off to the box goes Hurdle.
Tripping the call, 9:14. Red Wings back on the power play, brought to you by Carbless, the preferred ready-to-drink canned cocktail of your Detroit Red Wings. Again, Larry, another opportunity for this power play to put the Red Wings really in control of this hockey game. 3-1 Detroit. Wings have scored 2 power play goals in their last 4 hockey games. Like to get one right here. Lucas Raymond flipping it out in front. Here's Kane hanging onto the puck. It bounces away from him and tapped out to center ice by Colton Sissons. Cole Smith, penalty killing roll, turned it over to Dylan Larkin. Larkin hands it out in front of his own goal to Kane. Now he gets those legs churning, brings it out to center ice, pass to DeBrincat, and he'll shovel it in behind the Vegas net. Hill snapped it around the boards. Raymond dumping it to Sider at the line. Hands it off right side of the ice for Kane. The Red Wings get it set up on the perimeter. Sider over left side, Raymond. Raymond stick handles with the puck. Watched by Sissons, throws it down low to DeBrincat to Raymond again. Outside rim of the left circle, pushed it to the blue line of Sider, back to Raymond, down the slot. Larkin lets one go, and he fired it wide, and the rebound off the glass down the ice into the Wings end.
Larkin moved from middle of the ice down up to the top of the circles, right in the middle of the ice to open himself up for a shot, and they got him the puck, but he missed the net.
Well, the Wings would like to capitalize here as Casper brings it over the line. Marner intercepted it. Kopp worked him out of position. He's tripped up a little bit, manages to get it to Casper, now in deep. That is Sandin Pellikka to roll it around the boards to Van Riemsdyk. Now it's dug loose, sent by Eichel around the far side. Intercepting for Detroit, Sandin Pellikka floats it to Johansson. The Sandin Pellikka from the left circle in the slot. Kopp dished it over near side for Casper. Casper dumped it to the line. Johansson to Sandin Pellikka with a bullet. And that's knocked away with a stick. Maybe the pad 2 of Aiden Hill. Wings with pressure down low. It comes back to the blue line of Johansson, but off his stick blade and out to center ice. Red Wings have to regroup in the neutral zone. They're picking up the tempo right there. And now here's Casper to float it down the ice into the corner in the Vegas Golden Knight end. Mitch Marner, penalty killing roll. Dished it ahead to Eichel, and he'll shoot that puck down the ice behind the Red Wing goal. Lots of effort there, Larry, in that Vegas zone by Detroit.
Good hard work. We're only able to create a couple of scoring chances, though, in those 2 minutes.
Vegas at full strength right now as the penalty, the hurdle expires. Finney's got a goal, had a really good golden opportunity. Now it comes into the high slot, broken up and out to center ice. Hurdle shoots the puck to Kolasar after the puck in the right corner in the wing zone. Kolasar stick handles with the puck. Tapped it in behind the Red Wing goal. Nobody there. Picking it off for Detroit, Bernard Docker. Watched by Saad. He pinched him in along the boards, but the loose puck scooped ahead by Sherratt. Knocked off balance is Shine, and now that enables the Vegas Golden Knights to hold it in. Try to make a play into the corner. Hurdle dumped it around the wing. Shine stepped into Saad. It comes back in the line. Held in Hanifin. Korzak now to Kolasar, flipping it behind the Red Wing goal. Now it's lifted to the line. Here's Hanifin throwing it over on the right side. Now to Korzak. Shoots the puck, blocked right out in front of Talbot. Rebound comes out to center ice. And now the Golden Knights have to retrieve it in their own zone. They do as Korzak flipped it head to center. Intercepting on a change is Dominic Shine. Long shift for him as he bounced it in behind the Vegas Golden Knight end.
Breaking up the play, getting it deep.
Now Larkin cuts out in front from behind the goal with a chance. Off balance, but making the save, Aiden Hill. And Hill's made some pretty big saves here on those Red Wing shooters in the second period.
Play's starting to improve as this game goes along.
Now it comes out to center ice on the attack again. Here is Rasmussen for Detroit. Pushed off the puck, comes up the left wing boards. Popped up into the air, Jack Eichel. Stick handles, hangs onto the puck, now throws it crisply out to center ice. In over the blue line. That's Bowman. Now picking it up and lifting it to the line. Here's a shot wide of the goal by Jeremy Lozon. Went way wide of the goal. It ends up around the far wing. Bowman in the corner, eased in along the boards with a check from Sider. Eichel on the backhand will pick it up in the corner, float it to the blue line. Lozon tees it up, shoots the puck top of the crease in a kneeling position to make the save. Red Wing netminder Cam Talbot.
Well, he saw the shot all the way. You can make those saves.
So we got a timeout, 6:25 to go here in the second period. Still a 3-1 Red Wing lead over the Vegas Golden Knights. This is your home for Detroit Red Wings hockey, presented by LMCU. You'll love banking here.
Dearborn brand products are a taste of tradition, and we support the Wings because nobody represents tradition better in sports. Winter is here.
Into the corner, Raymond to the line. Sider with a minute to go in the period, now to Kane. Wings looking for the best opportunity. Game tied 3-3. Kane stick handles with a puck. Crowd wants him to shoot. Now a shot taken, rebound chance in front, trying to jam it home. Here's DeBrincat with the net. Oh, and he scores. Oh no, he doesn't. It looked like he had the open net, batted it out of midair, wide of the goal. Now Kane into the left circle with a shot that's blocked, and the rebound cleared out of harm's way by Jack Eichel down the ice.
Oh, flat out scramble in front of the net, in front of Hill. Oh, DeBrincat was in on it. Kane was in on it. Kopp was right there. DeBrincat did finally get it. He got another stick on the, I guess you call it the third rebound or fourth rebound.
His first shot actually hit Rasmus Anderson in the back. Yeah.
And it came back to him. It was in the air, and he hit it once again. But the second time he got it, it was flying over the net. That was impressive that he was able to hit it right out of the air, as he did.
Face off to the left of Talbot. Red Wings still on the man advantage for just 5 seconds, but they're without their captain, Dylan Larkin. Sherratt's pass off the stick of Finney. After the puck, here's Casper trying to feed it over. Right side, a chance the Wings score. No, and the referee's waving his arms back and forth. That was Appleton falling into the net after shooting it in. And maybe they're going to say goaltender interference right here. He ran into the goaltender, but the crowd's not going to like this.
Lots of pressure. Oh, is it hand? Did he use his hand? Is that what they're calling?
They're saying he gloved it in.
Yeah, you could see him gloving in. Now, I'd like to get another look at it. Was the puck across the line when he gloved it in?
Well, that's the question right there. Was the puck over the line before he gloved it in?
Glove on it. He goes towards the net. It's a scramble play.
You know what? That's close. I don't know.
He might have been better off. Like, he could have fallen into the puck. He comes from the right wing, goes towards the net. It's a scramble. Hill's down. McNabb's down, the defenseman. He goes flying over Hill's pad, who's outreached, his left pad outreach. Oh. Yeah, he does. He gets his hand on it before
it crosses the line.
Yeah, good call.
All right, 17 seconds to go, and Vegas at full strength now. 3-3 is our score. Red Wings again without their captain, Dylan Larkin. Just hope he's okay because he got a hellacious cross-check in his rib area while the Red Wings were on the power play, and now the puck is offside up across the Red Wing blue line with 5.6 seconds to go and overtime looming.
Well, the big picture, of course, is Larkin. Is he hurt beyond this game tonight? Is it a significant injury? And the short-term concern is, boy, they sure could use him in the overtime. He just excels in that.
Yeah, he does. All right, face-off out at center ice, up across the blue line in front of the Detroit penalty box. Kopp out there for the face-off against Eichel. Linesman set to drop the puck. That's Johnny Murray. He does. Rasmus Anderson floats it in wide of the Detroit goal, and Johansson to chase it down. And 2 goals by the Vegas Golden Knights halfway through the period, and they have come from behind to tie it up 3-3 after 60 minutes of play, and we've got overtime coming up here on this Wednesday night in Detroit. A lot of things to catch up on, Larry. We've got our hardest working player. It's Brought to you by Carhartt, proud to support Red Wing hockey and all the hardworking people who make it possible. Who's your hardest working player today?
Well, I looked at that pair of Edmondson and Seider. It seems like they were out there quite a bit. And actually, Seider was out because he was on the power play even more, and Edmondson was not. Seider's end up playing 27 and a half minutes, an incredible amount of ice time. He's plus one in this game. He's got an assist. So, Ken, I got to go with Mo Seider as the hardest worker of the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. He and Edmondson were the strongest players, I think, on the Red Wings tonight. And
they're playing. The Wings, especially that third period, were on their heels, and there was a lot of pressure on the Wings defensemen as they saw all five of Vegas' players coming at them.
Now we got overtime coming up here. It's brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. And let's go over the scoring summary for you right now. Riley Smith opened the scoring, 150 mark of the first. That gave the Golden Knights a 1-0 lead. Red Wings answered back. 3 goals before the period came to an end. Finney, Edmondson, and DeBrincat all beating Aiden Hill. In the third, Barbashev scoring at 11:37 on a redirection. Then Marner got a feed in front from Hurdle at 16:36. And that ties up the hockey game, and we are going into overtime. But overtime has not been kind to the Vegas Golden Knights this year. They've won 7 games in overtime, but they've lost 14. So overtime has really not been good to them, but the Red Wings have excelled in overtime this season, so we're hoping for the best. Red Wings do pick up a point no matter what, so now they have 77. And the Golden Knights pick up a point. They have 71, so they increase their lead to 2 points over second place Anaheim.
Well, since Larkin's out of the lineup, Andrew Kopp is going to take this face-off. It would have been Dylan Larkin to start the overtime.
Kopp against Eichel, and the puck is dropped, and the linesman goes down, but Barbashev got it to Rasmus Andersson, who takes it in over the line. Here is Barbashev at the right point. He'll just bring it back out to center ice and regroup for the Vegas Golden Knights. Hands it off to Jack Eichel, and now over to the defenseman Rasmus Andersson. Throughout the Let's Go Red Wings chant. Eichel picks up the feed, now brings it ahead center ice over the Red Wing blue line, down the middle. Drops it off to Barbashev, intercepting for a moment with Seider. Now it comes out to Rasmus Andersson at center ice, and the Red Wings in the first half minute of overtime have not had the puck. Eichel picking it up now with a burst of speed over the blue line. Moves in with a shot. He fired it wide. The rebound off the glass trickles back into the Vegas Golden Knights zone, and Theodore hustles after it to pick it up. And the crowd cheers because Dylan Larkin is back out onto the ice. That's a good sign for Detroit. Now it's Mitch Marner picking it up. Brings it ahead to center ice. So the Red Wings have DeBrincat, Larkin, and Seider out on the ice. Dorofeev now straddling the blue line, makes his way in. Cuts out in front, save made by Talbot. Now Larkin with a feed, 2-on-1 developing. Here's Seider over the line. Seider moving in, he shoots, and a save made by Hill. He had DeBrincat over on the left side, but managed to shoot the puck.
Well, the pass wasn't passing lane, was blocked by by Vegas' defender, so the only play he had was to shoot the puck.
Dorofeev up across the line, hands it over on the right side for Eichel. Moves away from a check into the slot. Shoots the puck wide of the goal. The rebound, Dorofeev got it around the boards to Noah Hannafin. He'll just play it all the way down the ice to his goaltender, Hill, and Hill will slap it out to Eichel, who moves in over the Red Wing line. Pass in front, knocking it down. A poke check by Cam Talbot, and a penalty coming up to Detroit. And the play is halted, and a penalty to the Red Wings here in overtime, and Vegas will go on the power play. The crowd just not happy right now.
Simon Edmondson. Oh, the slashing.
2-minute slashing.
Well, Edmondson makes a defensive play with Bowman going all the way in himself. Simon's half a step behind, so slashes Bowman just before he shoots the puck. It was an easy call for the official to make.
Now we've got a 4-on-3 situation. Vegas on the power play, and this penalty kill coming up, brought to you by Corewell Health. No matter the challenge, the response is always the same: we can. The Red Wings managed to kill off this 2-minute power play. The Red Wings will have about 1 minute and 8 seconds left to try and win it in overtime. All right. Here's Anderson at the blue line. Big penalty kill for the Red Wings. Jack Eichel left face-off circle. Swings it back in the line. Anderson over to Marner. Mitch Marner floats it down low. Here's Hurdle with a shot. He scores, and this game is over. Thomas Hurdle fires it in. Power play goal, and the Vegas Golden Knights skate off the ice. 4-3 winners over the Red Wings.
Well, he had some room on the left post. He got the puck right on the goal line by the left post and was able to bring it out front himself. No Wings player near the front of the net. They got stretched out on that 4-on-3, and he had some time to negotiate with the puck, brought it out, fired it in the far side. Wings up high on the play, and that allowed Hurdle. What happened was Johansson was concerned when Hurdle got the puck that the play across the goal mouth, he considered that the most dangerous play, which gave Hurdle time. He was tried to take the pass away from Hurdle. Hurdle sees he has room. He's on his off wing, brings it out front and throws it to the far side.